Nick,
Yeah.
how are you?
I'm doing amazing.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm happy to see you this afternoon.
Thank you.
How have you been doing?
I can't complain. So far, so good. Things are looking up, pole pole. I'm glad I've been consistent.
Yeah. This time, no new breakouts.
No,
The
none
skin has
whatsoever.
you've really been able to manage the skin.
Kujaribu tu.
So how was your journey? The last time we talked, we had started treating pigmentation, and we introduced a serum.
Yeah.
But before even we go to the part of the treating spots,
Yeah.
which is hyperpigmentation, because hyperpigmentation sounds such a big word,
Yeah.
but actually we are treating spots where the scars of the acne are left on the skin. How has been the acne treatment until to this? What can you tell us about it?
It's been, to be honest, it's been slightly tougher than I thought it will be. Because you see, there are so many aspects of life that kind of play into, well-being of your skin.
Sure.
So along the way after I started going to the gym, so my diet changed. And you remember having the conversation about eggs and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's been more of a trial and error kind of phase, where you find what works for you from both what you take into your body and what you apply onto your body. So it's been a lot of trial and errors hapakule, and the occasional almost giving up, especially the purging.
Yes.
You're almost thinking it's not working, and I think I would say I found something that really works for me. And best part is it doesn't break bank. It's initially tulianzanga with the same range all through.
Yeah.
And then along the way now I had to make some adjustments to also to find something that works for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because as we had talked earlier, what matters is you understand your skin. You also do you observe your diet so that you're able to know what is it that you eat that will lead to breakouts.
Yeah.
During our discussions on phone, I usually hear you mention that I have fresh breakout because of blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I think part of what people also need to know is that you really need to be keen on your diets, on the ingredients of the products you're using. Like now I know up to where we are now, close to 1.5 years, you're able to know this ingredient does not work well with me, this one doesn't. That's why I always say a skin is like a baby. The way you take care of your baby, no one will come and tell you everything that you need to know.
Yeah.
You need to observe. When you come for skincare consultation, we give you a guideline, and then from there you pick, you learn from your skin. I'm so glad that now we are no longer dealing with breakouts because you're able to know what is it that I use, what is it I'm not supposed to use.
Yeah.
You are good on your water intake, on the hygiene, as in changing the pillow. You remember when we started that you had the acne which were even bleeding and there was a lot
the
of
pillow
pus.
cases, yeah.
Yeah. So that transfer of bacteria from one side to the other, the popping of the pimples. That time even you were very picky. You remember on our first
I used
few
to squeeze
videos.
them myself.
Yeah, even when we were talking, you are very picky, and
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you really learned that even do this, these are the repercussions. And that's why the journey has been so successful.
Thank you.
So now with the spots, we mentioned that some of the best ingredients to treat spots are, without mentioning brands, are like niacinamide, which slows down the production of oil, stabilizes the sebaceous gland from producing excessive oil, which leads to clogging. We talked about glycolic acid, which is able to exfoliate the skin so that to get rid of the damaged skin cell and renew the skin.
Yeah.
Also, we talked also about tranexamic, which inhibits overproduction of melanin, because melanin is the one that leads to the pigment. So that when the tranexamic slows down the formation of the dark pigments, then you find that your skin is clearing.
So quick question.
Yes.
Because someone also asked me the same thing when they saw the product I'm using has tranexamic. If you go to town, sides at Dubois, there are those guys who are anti-sabuni. Like it's kind of bleaching. There's the notion of tranexamic or tranexamic. Here we say there's a very huge misconception of it being a bleaching agent. But I've come to realize that I have not used it in those quantities that they say they are being used, because I never use it standalone, but it has not changed my complexion.
Yes.
Because you can see my face and neck are the same complexion.
Tranexamic does not bleach. It goes down to where the melanocytes are formed and slows down the production. It inhibits. Not to completely stop, because if it stops, then you are going to be a mzungu.
Yeah.
But now it slows down so that it is not overproduced. Because overproduction of melanin, I always say melanin ni kama askari kwa ngozi. That's why you find when you are bruised, there is a lot of melanin coming to offer protection on that area.
Yeah.
So when you have acne, there is a attack by bacteria, you are popping, it is becoming a wound.
Yeah.
The only way that the skin responds is by producing a lot of melanocytes, which form as a pigmentation on the skin. So what Tranexamic does, it goes and slows down the product. Hivyo venye zinatengenezwa mingi inafanya zinapungua.
Yeah.
So there's no bleaching there. Bleaching agents like hydroquinone inagonganga ni kama jik. For lack of a better word. Unaona venye ukiweka nguo hata yenye iko na color, like now you are blue shirt, ukiweka kwa jik inakuwa white. So bleaching is completely removing, not slowing, because that way unaonanga mtu akibleach after a short while hata anakuwa darker.
Yeah.
Because what will the skin do, especially if you're exposing yourself to the UV rays, the melanocytes will respond by being produced in large quantities.
Yeah.
Na UV rays in accelerating the production of melanin. So zinatengenezwa nyingi unapata you lightened, yes, because ulichoma, but sasa zimetengenezwa mingi zimekuja umekuwa darker.
Yeah.
If you use, the same case works even if you're using a safe brightening agent like Tranexamic or glycolic or whichever vitamin C.
Yeah.
Because when you lighten your skin and you go to the UV rays without sunscreen, the melanin will be produced, because kawaida yake ni kukuja kupea protection kwa skin. That way we always say wear your sunscreen on a daily basis. And I know from the way I can see, you've been very resilient on that. So Tranexamic, niacinamide, glycol, used in the right percentages, they do not bleach.
Okay.
If they would be bleaching, saizi ungekuwa skin tone ya nani? Because you've used them for long.
Yeah, a year plus, close to 1.5 years.
Yes. So now, from where we began, how because people also fear skincare because of the budgets. We would agree with people, because I know so many people have been coming to you.
Yeah.
How would you compare taking care of healing your acne, taking care of your skin, and the costs?
To be honest, because before we started consultation with you, I used to visit dermatologists. So cost-wise, I haven't felt much of a shift. Now, I hope Ruto is not watching this asiongeze tax. Another tupata. But I was not coming from, like zero entirely. I was already spending on dermatologists.
Yes.
Well, the price kind of rose slightly,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't call it a considerable rise for someone who was seeing a dermatologist. But then for someone who has zero experience with skincare and stuff like that, it might feel kidogo hefty. But to be honest, the results will supersede whatever that you think you've spent.
Yeah.
There will always the results, if you're consistent and you're true to yourself, the results are always gonna be. It's gonna be worth the money, to be honest. I can say so far, whatever I have spent, it's bang for buck.
Yeah. And also, how about the notion of, because this is what we experience a lot. You even had someone telling you, nilienda nikauzua product nikatumia and they never worked. I think also you now being the client, you see me, I'm talking from this end and you are on the receiving end. How would you tell someone who is struggling with acne or any skin condition and them thinking that they would go and buy a 1 tube of a treatment gel, and by the time it's done at the end of the month, the problem is over? Because you see, like now we had to take a whole year treating acne.
Yeah.
Now we are on our second year treating hyperpigmentation. I would like you at least to mention something about consistency and patience with skincare, because that is a big challenge.
If I could, I don't know whether I still have the collection of the bottles and tubes and everything of how much I have used.
Yes.
Because so far I always buy the huge cleanser. Is
400 ml.
400 ml. I think I have been through 4 of those. I'm on the 4th one as we speak.
Yes.
And that thing takes forever before. Wajua si sabuni ya mwili. Ni ya uso tu. It takes forever before it runs out. But I'm on the 4th one.
Yes.
So patience is key.
Yes.
Patience is key. You have to extend yourself a lot of grace. And once the product starts working, there will be the purge. And that is where most people give up, because you're like, this product is supposed to make me look better, it's supposed to make me feel better, but now I'm experiencing more breakout on top of the breakout I already had.
Sure.
And that is where most people give up, but then that is part of the process. Yeah. So consistency, patience, a lot of patience and grace to yourself. Again, as you're saying, it just does not stop at buying products and applying them on your face. You have to understand yourself internally and externally. You have to know, nikikula A, B, C, D, this happens. If I don't take enough water, this happens. If I do not change my pillowcases, pillow cover, especially for someone, for instance, someone like me, Mrs. Lakwa ya BNB. Siwezi Lakwa ya BNB, because more often than not, those people don't change the pillowcases every single day. Yeah. So what I presume is, nimekuja nimelakwa ya BNB leo, ule mse alikuwa hapo jana will pick up their bacteria.
Yes.
And I already have sensitive skin.
Yes.
So that translates to something. So it means every time I'm traveling out of town, I walk with a towel. A white towel that I actually just lay it out on the pillows.
Yes.
Just for protection. So you have to, there's so much that goes into it, there's so much effort that goes into it. So if you're going to go the skincare route, you have to be ready to really sacrifice a lot and put in extra effort.
Sure. Because a person should be able to understand that skincare is just part of the journey. Using the products is part of the journey. And when we started, you realize that there's a lot you learn that you didn't know, despite the fact that you had gone to so many other places. And you learn that when you started implementing those simple things, like not touching your face, not popping the pimples, the issue you've talked about, the pillowcase, the issue of your phone, the issue of drinking a lot of water, the issue of moisturizing your skin, because especially people with oily skin anakuambia, mimi nakuanga oily, hata sipakangi mafuta.
Actually, mimi kuna dermatologist aliambia niache kujipaka mafuta kwa uso. For the longest time sikuwa najipaka mafuta juu. I already have mafuta mingi kwa uso.
Unaambiwa ukae hivyo, ukae ngumu.
Ukae kama crocodile.
But now, out of this, you learn that when even oily skin need to be moisturized, because lack of moisture leads to overproduction of more oil. When your skin gets dry, because there's a difference between lack of moisture and oil. What your skin is producing is sebum, which is the natural oil that is being produced in excessively. But a moisturizer is maintaining a moisture balance of your skin. There is that moisture that is needed into the skin for the skin to retain its acid mantle. You see, I am happy that you even on your videos you tell people how the journey has been, and people are learning, because all this we do so that people can understand that it is not only about going to a dermatologist, getting the medication and the treatment, and you stop there. Even after seeing a dermatologist, which is good, I'm never against a dermatologist. There are people who come to me and I tell them, please go see a doctor, get treatment, then come. After a period of like 2 weeks or 1 month, you see how the treatment is taking you. Ama daktari akikwambia this medication is for 1 month. Go see the dermatologist for the second appointment, then come, we begin on skincare. I even work closely with dermatologists who send clients directly to me. They tell me, now walk this journey with these clients from there, because they will treat, but now there is that part of daily maintenance. And I am happy that we are now treating spots, which is equally a challenging and a journey that needs a lot of patience, because skin also is into layers. And you see, those years you started your acne when you were a teenager, as you mentioned. All along your teenagehood, and now that you're a young adult, still the skin has been going through the process of being damaged. So there's a lot of repairing that needs to be done. There are also people who want to treat spots, and within a week, nikipaka hii serum, hii wiki ikiisha zitakuwa zimeisha. I am also would like us to understand that you can treat spots for years and years, but the most important thing is patience and understanding the products that you are using. So now, on the where we left, we were treating spots. Now that you've talked about acne. And we have tried several things. We have tried niacinamide on its own.
Yeah.
There was a time we introduced a glycolic pill. And now we are on another serum that has got very good combination, which seems to be working well for you.
It's working amazing.
Without mentioning brands, talk about that combination that you are using now.
It's actually very simple. It's a topical application twice a day, morning and evening. Of course, in the morning, I double it up with a nice sunscreen. In the evening, no sunscreen. But it's very direct. After cleansing, you just use it and that's it. I need to remove.
Because it has got a moisturizer, it has got an ingredient called allantoin, which has got moisturizing benefits in it. So the ingredients are niacinamide, tranexamic, glycolic. I know you don't remember all of them.
It just works for me.
Tranexamic, we mentioned that it slows down the production of melanin.
Yeah.
And niacinamide will go and work on the oil production and also enable the skin to elasticity of the skin, because we also realized that the pores were a bit enlarged because of the clogging of the pores that has been there for a while. And also glycolic is with exfoliation, because the skin goes through a process of desquamation from where they are produced to the top layer of the skin. So glycolic is able to enable to make the skin get rid of the damaged skin cell, the dead skin cells which are damaged by acne. Then allantoin is able to moisturize the skin. That's why you're finding that the treatment serum you're using now is working very well even without a moisturizer, because it is a combination of things which are you are slowing down the oil production, we are slowing down the production of melanin, you are exfoliating the skin, and also there is moisturization. But to cover it all, whatever you do with spot treatment is UV protection.
Yes. Not a day. Whether it's raining, especially now during the rainy season, people are like, unajipaka nini na hakuna jua. But then I do it because why not? Plus also it's necessary, regardless of whether there's sun or not, UV rays are always going to be through.
And when you're outdoors, how do you wear your sunscreen?
I have like a small tube, so I reapply every 2 to 3 hours.
Yes, that is also very important. That when you're outdoors and you're spending more than 2 hours exposed to the sun, to reapply your sunscreen, because what you applied in the morning, if you're exposed for more than 2 hours, then that means that the sunscreen is no longer effective, and you're going to get, that's why a person comes and, nilienda Mombasa na nilikuwa nimepaka sunscreen, naona bado nilichomeka. Now the person is feeling, because you applied sunscreen at 8 in the morning, ukaenda beach, ukajitandika kwa white sun, sasa ndio unasema ulipaka sunscreen. So reapplication is important after every 2 hours. Sindio?
Yes.
So now, the service of the day, apart from treating acne and spots, a facial is always required. We have had one sometimes back.
It was actually a year ago. Ilikuwa 6th December last year.
Yes. Because what a facial does, it will deep cleanse your face. Unajua ile cleansing ya pale kwa sink ni ile ya kawaida tu, ile ya chap haraka. But a facial will enable your skin to really be deep cleansed, for your pores to be unclogged of all the dirt and product accumulation. Especially when you steam your face, the skin relaxes and it is able to get rid of the cloggings, because even if you don't have breakouts, you realize that your skin is still acne prone. Meaning that if you do not take good care of it, hakuna mahali itafika useme, I will no longer use niacinamide. I will no longer use
for life.
Yes, salicylic acid. That is what you use to manage your skin. So a facial is like a booster to what you're doing. I always say it's like we go for checkup, for eye checkup to the doctor, ear checkup, nasikia mtu anasema nimeenda kufanywa body checkup. The face also needs checkups, and now skin care therapists are the people now that you should work closely with. And I am in that gap as well, to manage, even as we are treating, we also do the service itself, so that you are able to deep cleanse your skin. We are able to boost the exfoliation. You see, the glycolic in that serum is very minimal. That way it is able to be, you are able to use it on a daily basis. But when you're coming for a treatment, the percentages of the glycolic or whichever exfoliating enzyme or serum that you are going to use is more concentrated. such that if you're able to do the facials once every month, that treatment is enough. Then you go and maintain with the home care products you have.
So a facial should be every month?
Every month. If you're able to, please invest on a facial every month so that to boost the work of the products that you're using. You're going to find that the skin is able to get rid of the damaged cells very fast when you're doing, especially exfoliation through the facials, and that steaming, deep cleansing. If there is any kind of extraction that needs to be done, the facial is going to accelerate the healing of the skin fast. Not only when you are treating scars, but even when you have acne. Actually, a facial is more important even when you're treating acne, because that process will enable the skin to heal without leaving a lot of scars on the face.
I remember we had that conversation last time.
Yeah, and you see now your skin, even the way we were worried about the scars you had on the cheek, they are slowly
vanishing.
Especially
I had a lot of scars around my ears.
They were very noticeable. But you see, with resilience and the care that you've taken of your skin, now the facial will even make it even more effective.
Awesome.
And that's why today we are here. I don't know if you're ready and planned. I called you so that we speak about your journey and where you are at. But also I am proposing a facial that I will do it on you. I will do it on myself.
Let's do it.
So that we are able to see. Then from next month you pick up, you come for your appointment every month, and you're able to assess how your skin is responding.
I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Thank you very much.